Hi everyone, Nessie here. I have another wildflower journal to show you. This one's a bit different to what I've done before because I'm always looking for different things to do. So when I did my envelope tab journal, I was looking on YouTube for different ways of doing binding because I wanted to do something different. And that's where I found the tab one. And while I was looking, I also came across a video of a half spine, kind of like a half exposed spine, and loved it, and obviously wanted to have a go. So that's what I've done for this one. So the video was by someone called Treasure Books, and I will put a link in the description below. But yeah, so this is an exposed spine journal. So let me show you. First of all, the I've just enclosed it with a bit of ribbon, tea-dyed ribbon, and wrapped it round. It's not attached, it does come off. So the spine is a half spine. This is quite a chunky book. I will try and keep it in camera. So it's a half spine here, and the signatures are exposed. And because it's a half spine, these signatures are not sewn in, they are wrapped in. A bit like you put a traveller's notebook, you slot it in through the elastic. These are wrapped in spines, but the pages don't come out because kind of like the wrapping is shorter than the signature. So because these bits go past the wrapping, you can't slide it out like you would in a traveller's notebook. She also decorated her spine using the paper beads. Never made these before, so that was fun. So yeah, they've got handmade paper beads on them, which I actually quite like that. Love that. Love this effect as well, where you can see the spine. Not spine. You can see the signatures, and as you can see, this has got 3 signatures in. Now, also, I made this using not paper but cards, like greeting cards. You know, when you're a card maker and you buy packs of cards, I have loads of them, but I don't make cards. Sorry, aeroplane. Yeah, I live on a flight path, so sometimes I get quite big aeroplanes going over, so sorry for that. Yeah, so I don't make cards, so I have loads of packs of cards lying around because I use the envelopes. So this I've used making card, mainly to give it the strength of having a wrapped spine, because if you use paper it can sometimes tear. So these are all made out of greeting cards. I'm not sure, but I think each signature has 7 cards in it, which would give you 14 pages per signature, which is 28 pages front and back per signature. So that probably gives you a total of 96, would it be? 96 or 94, something like that, pages front and back. I can count them and I will put them in the description, but I didn't count them before. So anyway, this journal is a nice chunky one, and it measures, let me see how much it measures. It measures 8 3/4 inches, which is roughly 22.5 centimeters, by 6 1/4 inch, which is 16 centimeters. It's got quite a nice big spine on it. The spine is 2 3/4 or 7 centimeters. Now, to make this, I have used 2 kits by My Porch Prints called Botanical Wildflower and Among the Wildflowers, and I will put a link in the description below for those. Okay, so this cover is a hardback one. You can see it better on the back. It was made actually using a cereal box, but then I covered it with Edith Holden papers, and then I collaged tea bag papers on top. The spine's been reinforced with fabric and what's that? It's not Teflon, is it? Tevic has been strengthened with Tevic, so it is quite a solid cover, and the spine has definitely been well reinforced. And then on the front cover, I just decorated it with some Eden Holden paper and some netting, music paper. There's an image from one of the kits on there, which I put some padding on. I put some padding underneath it and sewed it down, so that's a bit more, that's padded and a bit more raised. And then just a little journal with some buttons and sewing and stuff. So that's the front cover. Okay, let's go through the journal. So on the inside front cover, there is a large pocket and again another little label that says journal. And in here there is a large journal card that's been sewn, backed and distressed. As you all know, I always back and distress my journal cards. Not all of them are stitched, but the majority are. And that's just a large pocket on the inside cover. And on our first page, we have a corner pocket. This flap opens up, so you have a hidden journal spot there. And in there is a large journal card, which has got lined paper on the back. And here we have a long thin card where I've put a long pocket on, and in there is a tag. This was a trifold card, so that opens up and there's a small little tuck spot in there with a small tag. And then that opens up. I tea dyed and coffee splattered all of the greeting cards, so some are left blank obviously so that you can journal on them, like journal. Here we've got a long side pocket. It has a small little pocket on the bottom with garden definition, and in there I've just put a Edith Holden playing card. It's just a plain card. You could put a bit of paper on that side and journal on it, or stick a photo on it, and that goes in there. And then in here there is another journal card. And then on here is just tea dyed, and there's a cluster here. This is the only thing that I didn't use that was a card, because this is just handmade paper with some petals in, and it's the only one I really used just because it had petals in it, and as I've put them in the center of the signature, so there's not as much strain on them. See, there's the petal side. And this card, there is a CD envelope that I inked up. It has a fussy cut image on it and a little label. And inside there is a journal card with some handmade paper on the back. Being left plain for journaling. Here we've got a top tuck spot with the label Fields on it, and a journal card. This one's got avocado paper on the back of that one. And then there's the center signature here. Now I have done discs in the centers, but they're very short because I'm hoping they don't get caught in the top, but I definitely didn't want them hanging too low and getting caught in the bottom. She kind of says all of that in her video on how to do this. And this has got two little pockets on with drop dried flowers. So these are real pressed flowers, and I have coated them in Mod Podge to protect them. And then each little tag also has some little real pressed flowers on that again have been Mod Podged to protect them. I love these ones because you can really see the little veins on the petals. They're so pretty. So there's two little ones in there. And here you can see how it's been wrapped. Now also, because these have been wrapped, they tend to move around a bit more. I tried to put them in as tight as I possibly could, but they do move around, which I suppose it does come in use when you're trying to do the writing on them, I think. But they should be secure enough. Then it's left plain. So is that 7? Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 7. This side was plain. Here I've done a little bit of lacing and with some buttons on. This side has got a little flip out envelope. So the envelope flips out and it's got some journal cards in this side. Little ones. Those two, they're also backed. And these two are also backed and they go on that side. And then this doubles up as a pocket, so there's another larger card in there. And then on the front I've done a little kind of a wrap round envelope thing which opens up, and inside there's a little pocket, and that's got some little tags in, and they've all been just aged and backed. They go in there. Sorry, let's pop that one in. There you go. And then that just wraps round the button. And on here there's another cluster with a fussy cut image. And this side I've done a window kind of belly band slash pocket. So first of all, it's a belly band here. So this is this slides out, and that gives you the belly band with a card, collaged card with a fussy cut image and some netting. And then there's the kind of window with, it's got real pressed flowers in it, and I did some stitching around it. This was I think these are called shaker cards. Actually, this was not a shaker card. This was an insert for a cupcake box. You know, you get those little boxes that you can put single cupcakes in, and it's got a cutout. That was the cutout that the cupcake sits in. I remember now. So that's the belly band, and then that slides in there, and then you can see it through. And then also there is a, sorry, that's dropping. There's a pocket on the side, and that has a nice chunky tag in it, and that slides in there. And then that's been left plain. On the other side of the trifold card, I've just done a pocket. This is a pocket from the kit. I had to trim it down a bit with a little doily flower and a button on it and a tag inside. And then here we've got a double pocket using a file folder. I made a file folder at the bottom. This is an image from the kit. So there's a card in there, the front one, and then there's a larger back pocket which also has a card in. And that is the first signature. I did actually originally do 4 signatures for this and then couldn't fit them in. It was just too chunky. I've really got to try and scale down. So look, if you see here, this is the spine that's been reinforced, and now you can see how, hold on, let me show you, how you can kind of move the signatures back and forth. I wouldn't move them around too much because it might break the string, but it is possible to do that if you wanted to. Also, if the string did break, which it shouldn't do if you don't move it around too much, then it doesn't take much to just string it back up again. So on this signature, we've got a bottom pocket that I've done some fabric cluster kind of snippet roll thing on. Let me see if I can get it up closer. I don't know if that's in camera or in focus because I can't see, but I hope so. And in there I've put a larger square pocket on some card, and then there's a collaged tag as well with a fussy cut image. You all know how I like to do my fussy cuts. Okay, so then I came across a round card. I don't know why I had a round cards, but I had these round cards, and I thought, well, that's a bit interesting and a bit different. So what I did was I included one. Let me show you the back. It's a round card like this. So with this one, I cut out a load of petal shapes and kind of stuck them down and added a centre with some sewing in the hopes that it kind of looks like half a flower, half a daisy. Yeah, I was quite pleased with how it turns out. And then in there is a little card and another little card, and there's also a little envelope from the kit, but I haven't put anything in that. And on the other side, that's been left plain for journaling. On this side, I've done a coffee cup pocket that's been collaged with some tea bag. It's got a pressed leaf on there that I Mod Podged over, and a little mini envelope. And in there is a collage tag with some fussy cuts. Here is another cluster with a fussy cut image. And here I've done a window card. I'm sure you've seen loads of window cards like this. Like I say, they're for shaker cards, I think, and stuff like that. So I added a fussy cut image and some stitching, and inside there is a card. And there's it without the card in. This is actually a pocket. I did make two of these, but the other one in here isn't a pocket. It's just a window. So there's that one. And then on the back of that, I have added one of the envelopes from the kit. And what I did was I cut the tabs off the sides and left that so you can open it up as a hidden journal spot. And then I just slipped in a little card as well, so that goes in like that, and then you can just tie it up, and that gives you like a little hidden journal spot. I will bow that up later. And this card is just been left blank for journaling and for journaling. And then on the centre of this one, I took a paper bag. This is a bread bag, like you get them in the supermarkets, and you put like fresh loaves in them and stuff like that. It's an unused one. I have not used this one. I took the clear window out because it was a little bit too small, too narrow for my fussy cuts. So I kind of opened it up to make it bigger. And then I had to take the clear window out, so I replaced it with some tissue paper instead. And then I added some gauze and some fussy cuts, and these are side pockets, and each one has got a journal card in, that one and that one. So yeah, that's like a tissued paper bag. I just had to adjust the size because it was just too narrow for my fussy cuts. On the other side, there's just a small little tuck pocket here, and in here I put a definition of nature tag and a journal card. There's some more lace trimming with some buttons. Here I've got triple slot pockets, and each slot pocket has got a tag in which go in size. So the biggest one goes at the top, then you've got a medium one, and then you have a diddy one, and they're all decorated with fussy cuts. And they go in those slot pockets, and then that's been decorated with a little kind of cluster. Here there's another cluster with the fussy cut image. This is the other side of that round card, and on this side I just did a side pocket with the fussy cut image and a little label, and that has a couple of cards in as well. They just slot in there. And then on the other side of here I have done a banner tuck at the top, smile, inspire and dream, and that has a big card in as well. And then on the last signature I have done a belly band, a double belly band with tissue in the middle, fussy cut image, and this one says memories, and that has a large card in. Here I've just used an Edith Holden plain card and just sewn round it and attached it as a little tuck spot on that one, and that also has a tag in. And here is another cluster. On this one I've done a fabric pocket. This was actually a sleeve off of a little girl's summer dress, and it had like a little button up on the side of the sleeve, and I left the button on because I thought it looked quite cute. I've added a little doily flower and a button as well, and that's a little pocket, and in there is a journal card, and again another little envelope from the kit. Here is some more lace trim with some buttons. Here I've done a tag tuck. So it's a tag, it's got a little tuck spot on the front of the tag, which has got an attached tag that goes inside the tuck spot on the tag. So I'm saying tag a lot here, if you get what I mean. Then that flips out, and on the back there's a tiny little tuck spot which has got a flower definition tag again, and just a little journal card. I don't know if you can actually see how that flips out. So there's the tag, and then it just flips out and you've got a journal space. That's left plain. And then on the centre of this one I've done two long side pockets using file folder tab pockets, and those each have a card in like that. And they slot in. And then on the other side is the other window. See, this is the window card. So in the middle of the window card, I did the side pockets, and then you've got the window on the other side. But this isn't a pocket. It's just there for decoration and nothing else. That's got real dried and pressed flowers and leaves in it. So it's just for decoration. It's not a pocket at all. On this side, I did some layered pockets. And it says note, so you've got a big back pocket which has got a tag in it, big back pocket. And then with this tag card, I just put some trim on the side and a little, so there's some trimming on the side and there's a little flower charm on it. And on the front smaller pocket, there's just a tag with the same kind of trim. And there's your big pocket and your little pocket. And that's been left plain for journaling. Here I've just put a big envelope on the page that has got a journal card on the top, and that is a magnetic closure. So there's like a little magnetic closure on that to hold it closed, and in there is a larger journal card with lined paper on the back. That's hold shut. Here that's just been left plain for journaling. And then on here, what I did was I took 2 pages from the kit and I kind of sandwiched them together to make a large pocket flip out. So you've got 1 page there, there's the other page, that flips out, and that's a large pocket as well. So in there is a large journal card, and that slips into the top of that flip out. And then under there is a larger pocket, slot pocket. So there's the pocket. It's got a slot in it, which has got a tag and a little journal card in. And in the back, there is a larger journal card. So it goes in there, that in there, like so. And then that flips over. And on the other side, there is just some lace trim on the edge and a fussy cut on this side. And then on the other side of there, I've done a paper bag pocket, a long paper bag pocket that's got a fussy cut image on it and some kind of gauzing fabric. And in there is a long tag. This was left over from a file folder and I didn't want to waste it, so I thought it would look quite cool as a tag, so I made it into a long thin tag. And then on this side I have an envelope flip, which I made an envelope out of music paper and I put it on the front with a doily. There's a fussy cut image, and then there's a ticket from the kit that holds this envelope closed, and then that opens up, and in there is a diddy little tag which goes into this envelope. And that just slots behind the tag to keep it closed, and then that flips out. Don't know if you can see that flips out, and in there is a journal card. And then on the other side of there is the other side of the envelope, which I've stuck down, and I decorated it with some skeleton leaves and a wax seal with a rose on. See if you can see that. This doesn't lift out, but I left this narrow gap so I could put a kind of long bookmark tag type thing in there. So it just slots in there. This does not lift up at all. It's like a little belly band with some journal space. And then on the back cover there is a kit pocket from the kit, which I just decorated with some buttons and a little nature label. And in there is a journal card and a large tag. And yeah, so then you have the back cover, which again I said is Edith Holden pages and tea bags decorated over the top. So yeah, this is I enjoyed doing this. It was a lot. It's different to what I've ever done before, and I do like to do different things. I'm always looking for different ideas because I don't know, I just get a bit bored with doing the same journals over and over, just plain normal journals over and over, should I say. So yeah, I'm always looking for different things. Now I will say, to tie this up, I kind of put the thread under the ribbon, under the button, not buttons, beads. I threaded it through. I mean, you don't have to do this. You can tie this however you want. This is just me showing you how I did it. Wrapped it round and threaded it back through. And then tied it. So I am going to list this in my shop. And I will put the link below in the description. And also, I would love to know your feedback on this, because like I say, it's nice to know the feedback when I do something that's a bit different to what I normally do. And I do like to hear your comments as well, and I will try and answer them as much as I can. I do have a lot going on at the moment, but I will try and answer them as much as I can. So yeah, please do like, comment, share, subscribe, do all the usual things. And I will try and get back to you. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye.